Greetings. All right, this is BMO here at Beaver Branch Disc Golf Course. We just had our Trilogy challenge, and I am going to review and compare the SPZ3 from Latitude 64. The SPZ3 is a Speed 9 Glide 6 turn -1 with a fade of 2. I'm going to be comparing them today to the Escape. The Escape is a Speed 9 Glide 5 turn -2 and fade of 2 as well. Turn -1 on the Escape, fade of 2, sorry. And the other disc we're going to compare it to is the Convict, which is also a Speed 9. It only has a glide of 4. It is a turn of -0.5 and a fade of 3. So let's see how they do. All right, here we go, folks, from hole 1 at Beaver Branch Disc Golf Course, which measures in at like 380. Starting things off with the Escape. The Escape is a very easy disc to snap straight. It's always had a ton of glide. It's going to be interesting to compare them here with the SPZ3, which has 6 glide instead of 5. And you can kind of see the glide a little bit there. Maybe a little bit too much hyzer on that release, but the Escape gets great D. Now this is the SPZ3. And you can see it snaps straight relatively easy. I really feel like it's a slightly more stable than the Escape, like even out of the box. But if you take a good look at it, it does have glide and it does get extra footage. Again, shout out to Trilogy. Their numbers are right on. All right, here comes the Convict, which is 9.4 glide. So this one should not fly as far and dump off a little bit to the left with that fade of 3. They're right on their measurements here. I think that I'm trying to release all these at exactly the same snap. I'm about 80% power here. I'm trying to try to throw under control, but try to get a good read on how different these discs are. So here we are again with the Convict, which is gonna fade more than either of the other 2 discs with that fade of 3. It also doesn't have as much glide. Up next is the Escape. And the Escape, off that hyzer snap, you can snap it straight very easily. Again, I'm only throwing it like 80% and I can get it to go pretty straight easily. Very easy control disc. One of Dynamic's older discs, and it just gets a ton of glide. All right, and lastly, the SPZ3. Definitely a nice addition to Latitude's lineup in the fairway driver department. Ton of glide. You can snap it straight. I feel like it takes a little bit more snap to get it straight than the Escape, but it gets there and it gets an additional couple feet. All right, so my take on this is they are all Speed 9 discs. The SPZ3 definitely has more glide than both the Config and the Escape. Has 6 for glide. I think distance-wise, I can get about 20 more feet from the SPZ3 than the Escape. I do think the SPZ3 is slightly more stable than the Escape. I can get the Escape out of the box pretty flat, a lot easier. I think the flight numbers are still correct though. They're almost exactly the same. Maybe a little bit less turn for the SPZ3 or more fade. Convict, as listed, it's definitely like a negative 0.5, and it definitely has more dependable fade coming back than either of the other two.